Ghouls and Guys. This is Brooke from Bantam Ginger, and today I'm going to be sharing my very personal story of my depression journey. And so if this is too much for you, I understand, and you don't have to watch this. But I do encourage people to watch this because I think it's very, very important if you're going through something like I am and have gone through, to share your story when you can, and also to see and hear other people's stories, because sometimes it can help you through whatever you're going through. I'm just going to start off with some facts and statistics because this video series is for one of my psychology classes, so I have to throw in some academic facts in there. But my teacher is really, really cool. Shout out to you. And didn't want us to just write some silly, boring paper for our semester project. So she wanted us to be creative. And we had to choose a topic that we have learned about in our class. And this topic is very dear to my heart, not only because of what I have gone through, but because I want to help young people, teenagers, and young adults with their depression and whatever other mental disorder they have. So I thought this would be a fun topic to choose for my semester project, so I did. Alright, I have to read from here. So, according to Patients Like Me, their website, which is a really cool website, not just for mental disorders. I'm a member of this website, but if you have any other kind of disorder or illness, you can join this website as a member. It's totally free, and you can learn a lot about your own illness or disorder, and you can talk to other people that are going through the same thing, and you can talk to doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists, and it's just a really cool place to go to. So, according to them, they have 5,378 members on their website who have major depression disorder, just like me. And that number is pretty amazing to me, because it's amazing to me actually that many people have joined this website, because most people don't share the fact that they have depression, any kind of depression, because it's just, and I can understand, because it's just not something that you want to share, because there's a lot of stigma to it. But anyways, according to Center for Discovery, which if you want to find out about anything out there in the world, is a really cool website to go to. According to them, suicide is the third leading cause of deaths for young people ages 15 to 24. And I can totally believe that people as young as 15, I would believe even younger than that, are committing suicide, because I've been through it, but that's something we'll get to in a minute. Also, according to Center for Discovery, 20% of all teenagers experience depression before they reach adulthood. So that's from, according to them, 15 to 18. I personally would say that it's probably actually as young as 13. But I'm not an expert, so. And also, according to Center for Discovery, between 10 to 15% of teenagers suffer from symptoms of depression. According to Psychology Central, which, if you are a psychology nerd like me, is a really cool website to check out. Only 30% of teenagers that are diagnosed with depression are treated for it. So, yeah, those are some crazy statistics, and it's just a little bit of what I have found for my project. So I have a lot more to share with you. But I am now going to share my story with you guys. So it's not gonna be easy for me to share, but I really want to, because I want, if I can help somebody with this video, I want to be able to do that. I don't just want to make a video for my project. I want it to have some meaning behind it. So, here we go. When I was 15 years old, I lost my stepmom, her name was Ruth, who was also one of my best friends in the whole world. I told her everything. I told her things that I couldn't tell my own mom. But since I lost her, I've been able to talk to my mom a lot more. Anyways, I lost her. She had a brain aneurysm, and it really, really upset me. Not just the fact that she had died, but that I did not get to say goodbye to her. And we were really close, so I still wish that I would have been able to say goodbye to her, and I've been hanging on to that since 2011, so, and at first I did not realize that I was suffering from depression, but my family and my friends noticed, and they told me, and I didn't go to a doctor for it. I probably should have. I had an English teacher at the time who I talked to about it, because she was a really awesome teacher. And she introduced me to journaling. And after I started writing about how I was feeling, not just about my stepmom, but everything that I was feeling, it really seemed to help me a lot. And then I also just talk to my family a lot and my friends, and I'm not a psychologist yet, so I don't say that I would recommend that being your only way of treatment, but I do recommend journaling. It's a really therapeutic way to help yourself. If you're going through depression or anxiety or any mental disorder, really, and it really helps because later on you can look back at that and you can see what you were going through then and how much better you are now, or whenever you go back to it. But yeah, and then in 2014, after I graduated high school, I began going to a community college here where I live, and just going to college can put a lot of pressure on and anxiety on young people like me. Go to college, kids. It's good for you and it'll get you far in your career. But just be prepared that it is not going to be easy, and it's going to be very different from what you experienced in high school. I just want to say that so that maybe someone out there in high school getting ready to go into college might be a little bit more prepared, because it's a lot to take in. And then in 2015, I think it was around September or October maybe, I can't really remember, that was a while ago. I lost one of my grandmothers. Her name was Carol. She had multiple heart attacks, and I was in the middle of school, and I was going through finals, and so that just added an extra straw to the haystack. And I was also feeling some guilt that I felt like I had not spent enough time with my grandmother before she died, and I wish that I would have, but my therapist helped me get through that. So but that's really when my major depression got really, really bad. And then in January of 2016, I went through a really bad breakup, and that again added another piece of hay to the haystack. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. And that was just more to deal with, and I was just not dealing with it well. I was feeling like I couldn't do anything right when it came to school, and I was feeling like nobody wanted me after I got broken up with, which I know is silly to say because just because someone breaks up with you does not mean that you are worthless. But a lot of other situations made me feel like that at the time. And I was still dealing with the loss of my grandmother. And so, and I was starting to have suicidal thoughts, and I was having nightmares, really, really awful nightmares, about hurting myself, and I was having insomnia. I couldn't sleep, probably because I was afraid of the nightmares I was going to have. And so after I talked to my school counselor, I checked myself into a mental hospital where I spent a week, and I was diagnosed with major depression, and as well as generalized anxiety disorder and panic disorder. And that is really where my journey with where I decided to become a therapist started, and where I realized a lot about myself, and about other people as well. And it's crazy what a week in a mental hospital can do for you. I mean, it's not something I recommend, but I'm glad that I went there because it did help me a lot. The doctors helped me a lot, and even the patients in there helped me to see a lot about myself. And I was doing a lot better. I was taking an antidepressant and vitamins, and I was journaling, and I was seeing a therapist. And then in the summer of 2016, my dad, who I have talked to you about before, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and after a long, hard journey of 3 rounds of chemo and not being able to have a surgery because the cancer had spread throughout his body, and hospice coming in and taking care of him, he finally unfortunately lost his fight to cancer in July of this year. And it has been, I really don't want to cry on this video. It's been about 3 months since I lost him, and it's been a really rough road, and I wouldn't say that I've relapsed, because I'm not feeling suicidal or anything, but it's this major loss has brought back a lot of feelings that I hadn't felt for a while. So I just want to say, guys, you can get better. If you have depression or anxiety or any kind of mental disorder, you can get better. You have to want to get better, though. You have to realize that there's something wrong and that you need to take care of yourself, and suicide, hurting yourself, those are not the way out. I have a friend who killed herself close to Christmas time, actually. And I am friends with her mother, and seeing what she's been through, I can tell you that I am very glad that I did not carry out my plans back then to hurt myself, because I never want my mom to go through that, or any of my loved ones. That's not the way out, guys. There's things, there's people that can help you, and if all else fails, you can always come to me. I know that I'm a stranger to you, to most of you, but I don't know exactly what you're going through, but I do know generally what you're going through, and I am always willing to talk to people, because just talking about it is a good way to start your journey to healing. And if there's anybody out there who needs to heal, I will help you, because I'm healing myself. But anyways, I hope that it's kind of a sad video, personal video, but I hope it wasn't too sad for you. I actually hope that it was helpful. And I'm going to have at least a few more videos in this series for my semester projects. So please come back and watch. And I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday and fantastic week. And I hope you stay fantastic.